nama saya Rama.
Saya tahu siapa kamu.
Abang saya bilang, saya bisa percaya Bapak.
We would pay this much to make a film in Indonesia. So the raid was a backup. It was an option B. It was something we could do cheap, something we'd do quick. So after we made that, thankfully, all you guys seem to like that one. So it meant that we were able to make this one. And so I went straight into the script after the screening in Toronto and started reworking this so that we could incorporate the undercover cop elements into the story. Equal? Every scene. The hardest one, I think, in terms of taxing for everyone was probably the prison riot. Mainly because we were in the mud for like 8 days straight. I lost a pair of shoes. I did cut my foot a little bit as well. But no, that was like the hardest because we had like a sequence of shots that we wanted to stitch together to make it feel like it was one big roaming shot. Following Eco bashing the guy to lots of chaos and shit going up onto the crane and we're back down, and we wanted to make it feel like it was all one shot. So they're all split into little sections, but each section is kind of has lots of little difficulties attached to it. Sometimes it's the choreography is a problem. Sometimes it could be the camera movement, sorry Matt, that could be the problem. And then sometimes it could be something as simple as like a fighter hitting and blocking too hard and then suddenly mud splashes against the lens on an otherwise perfect take. So that was the most taxing, probably physically, for the cast and the crew. But the car chase was a bitch.
Which sequence took you the longest to shoot?
Probably the car chase. All in all, it was about 12 to 15 days. Does that sound long? But then second after that would have been the final fight in the kitchen with Eco and the incredible Chechep, who's not here with us today. But when I say that, he's still alive, he's just not here. That was 10 days of just, me sitting by the monitor telling them to punch each other harder. It's not quite there yet.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
That's true, it's not easy, right, Ika? How many takes? Too many.
Never one take.
Except Julie. Julie had about 6 shots in one take when we did the hamburger fight in the subway train. That's 6. And that was like one scene in 4 days, 6 shots, one take. Eco's given me maybe 3 shots, one take in 3 fucking films. So.
Hey, I'm Joe. I'm one of those 3 guys. I had the pleasure of working on. And this is Fajar and Arya Ogi, also known as Arya Ogi. So Fajar and Ogi are from Indonesia, obviously, if you didn't know that. But they're the original composers of the Raid 1. And when Sony Pictures Classics bought the first film, I was brought in with Mike Shinoda from the band Linkin Park to score the American version, which was a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, Gareth thought that he could have the best result for the Raid 2 if he brought together all of us. Unfortunately, Mike is working on an album right now, so he couldn't be a part of our 3 Musketeers here. But they came to my studio for 4 weeks in Los Angeles, and we worked really, really hard all day long on all that music. Thank you.
Do I have to answer that? Shit. 132 days? We went a little over on our schedule. It's supposed to be 106. But like we hit a lot of problems that couldn't really be fixed. Like they were out of our control. Like especially the car chase, we scheduled it for 7 days. And then every day we turn up on set. Doesn't matter if you have a permit, it doesn't matter what you have in Indonesia in terms of getting that location done. We can turn up at 4, prep to start shooting at 6:30. Police can say, all right, we'll open up at 9. So then you've lost 3 hours before you even start, and pretty much every single day of the car chase we'd lose 50% of our shooting time. So that was hard to kind of claw back at. Other than that, yeah. Other than that, probably I just fucked up. You injured?
My heart is injured.
We had a few ropey moments. Nothing. Well, was there anything that bad? I think nothing was really that bad. We had like one concussion that we were worried about at first, but when we took him to the hospital, he was okay. He actually came back to set to pick his bag up, so he must have been alright. I'm trying to think. I don't think we had anything that really serious, did we, on this one? Oh no, you fucked up that one guy in the fruit pond den. Yeah. So, huh? Yeah, you cracked his ribs, right? Yeah. It was the first day for Oka to do action scenes. And like we changed the choreography last minute, right? Equals fault. And then the guy was supposed to get pulled down onto the table, but I think he kind of came down too low. And instead of hitting the nice cushion top part of the table, he cracked his ribs against the hardwood of the side. And yeah, how did that feel?
It was alright. It wasn't my first time doing it. No. I felt bad for the guy, but the guy came back and he actually participated in the prison riot, didn't he? Yeah.
I'm a disgusting control freak. It's hard. It's one of those things whereby when we do the fight scenes, the design and the fight scenes, we shoot a video storyboard in pre-production, and so I'm so involved in that. I'm so involved in choosing those shots and in the edits of that sequence to get the fight scene right. That if it doesn't match the tone of the fight scene going into the drama, then maybe I feel like something's quite wrong. And me and Matt go through all the shot lists throughout very specifically, and I can almost kind of see the edit while we're figuring out those shot lists. So to kind of hand that over, I'm a little bit nervous at it at the moment, but yeah, I'm a control freak, I said. So it's not known to snow in Indonesia, obviously, but it looks really nice. We played around with this thing. It's something of a pretentious answer, this, but fuck it, it works. Every time we introduce Bajo's character, the temperature of the film drops. So in the beginning, when Andy is brought out into the sugarcane, he's shivering. When Ucho gets a phone call from Bajo in the karaoke room, as he breathes, we can see the cold air in his breath. When the guys are being pulled out, they're being pulled out from a freezer. And so when the absolute sort of like top sort of kill that's going to be the catalyst for everything getting fucked up with the whole story being Prakoso, I thought, alright, snow. So it's a bit of a bullshit excuse, it just looks really nice.
Exactly like for every scene fight for the ending is pure pencak silat, but yeah, combined with the universal style, but a lot of the pencak silat martial art. Like yeah, ceramic and pencak silat, kind of like style like harimau, like tiger style, like with the nail is really sharp. Sorry, and then yeah, and we combine with the every movement of pencak silat, and we combine with the choreography.